Now, real-life mermaids. Here's John Quinones.
They live in the deepest waters, where light begins to vanish. Some of the largest, most feared creatures known to man. And there, swimming among them, what appears to be a legendary figure. In fact, she's very real.
If someone were to ask you, who are you? What are you?
I would say I'm a mermaid.
That's right, a mermaid. Her name is Hannah Fraser, and she can free dive 50 feet below the sea and return to the surface on a single breath of air. Unlike most divers, Hannah carries no oxygen tank, no face mask, no warm wetsuit, only her mermaid tail.
It's like it kind of imbues me with some kind of superhuman powers of confidence and longevity to be in the ocean. So, really strong, fast swimmers can't keep up with me when I'm wearing it.
And like magic, this special tail gives her speed, power, and maneuverability.
You need to have a completely fluid movement so that all of the propulsion gets right to the end of the tail.
Undulating.
And if you look at a dolphin, it's exactly the same thing.
And that allows Hannah to keep up with the sea's fastest swimmers. This fascination, this dream of becoming one with sea life, began when Hannah was a young girl in Australia.
Well, I made my first tail when I was 9 years old, and it's quite amazing that my mother even let me tie my legs together and throw me into the pool with, pillow stuffing down there. It was pretty dangerous.
Like Houdini.
Yeah, it was like sink or swim.
She's been swimming ever since, with more refined tails. In fact, she's turned this passion into a full-time profession, performing at aquariums and in films. It may look effortless, but make no mistake, Hannah's underwater adventures are not for the faint of heart.
Swimming with whales was one of the most unbelievable, awe-inspiring experiences. There's this huge shape that just starts coming up. It's like the size of a building. And I'm like, it's going to come up and I'm going to be on its back and fall into its mouth or its blowhole or something.
You don't have goggles, you can't see.
I don't have goggles, I can't see. I am powering with all of my might to try and just keep up into the same water space as these animals. It is hard work and you have to be really, really fit to be able to do what I do.
What happens next depends on the creatures she swims with and the ocean's volatility.
I swam with a 3-meter manta ray. And as soon as it realized that it was touching me, it just kind of went whoop, and the power in that muscled wing was so incredible. If I had been like that much closer to it, it could have just totally dislocated my neck, yeah.
And because she's such a committed ocean activist, the danger for Hannah is just as real above sea level. While protesting the slaughter of dolphins in Taiji, Japan, she was attacked by fishermen, captured in the film The Cove.
They started backing their boat propellers right up to our legs, like we were that close to spinning boat propellers.
Hannah Fraser, defending the Earth's oceans as her mermaid alter ego. But believe it or not, she's not the only mermaid out there. Meet Linden Wolbert.
The first time I went underwater and I was out with the fish, I started to cry. He was real. And I dreamed of it my whole life. So it was amazing. It was life-changing.
Tears of joy that led to a new calling. Like the fictional Aquaman, Linden seems to draw oxygen from the sea. Remarkably, she can hold her breath underwater for nearly 5 minutes.
Well, when you do a long breath hold, your diaphragm begins to contract. And that's telling you, hey, you're supposed to be breathing. And you have to learn to tolerate the discomfort of that feeling. And once you can achieve that, you can go for quite a while.
Linden doesn't stop there. She's added some Hollywood magic with a custom-made mermaid tail built by a special effects artist. She showed it to us at the Sea Life Aquarium in Carlsbad, California.
Is this it?
This is it.
Wow.
I will help you.
This is really, really heavy.
Yes, it's roughly 35 pounds of silicone. The propulsion I get from this tail is immense. Everything's coming from my core, just like a dolphin. Being able to swim as fast as a dolphin or close to it is a pretty amazing thing.
Linden and the tail travel to some of the most spectacular places on the planet, like Dean's Blue Hole in the Bahamas, the world's deepest underwater sinkhole. It's here that Linden was a judge at the Free Diving Championships.
I was able to really focus on how they moved in the water. I'm able to adopt those different techniques.
And it was also here that Linden set her personal best record, diving down 91 feet. And then back up again on a single breath of air. And like a true superhero, Linden is using her powers for good. Surprisingly, the Bahamas has the 4th highest drowning rate per capita in the world, and Linden is on a mission to save its children.
I see children, they see me, everyone's smiling. And when you have a captive audience, you can send a message. We filmed a public service announcement for anti-drowning awareness and also to help encourage them to learn to swim.
Linden has found encouragement from someone she always admired, Hannah Fraser. But Linden had never met her own hero until we brought them together.
Did you make your tail? Can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to see yours too.
Ocean's coming to claim us.
Mermaids, helping the youngest among us discover the sea and protecting ocean life. 2 women delivering an impressive bounty of goodwill by drawing upon myth and legend.
If I could get some gills that would allow me to just continue breathing and stay underwater, I'd be down there like 23 hours a day and just come up for a little bit of sunshine maybe.